Yeah, I almost feel like it's like a muscle that you have to exercise. It's something that I want to get better at too. This ability to identify not only opportunities, but like which ones are the worthwhile ones, which ones should be like the top priority ones that you go after, and then the whole process of kind of getting the buy-in and actually carrying through the entire idea to like execution. Do you have any advice on that on like how to identify? I think you kind of spoke to this about you spoke to internal folks about like what kind of problems that they have, what kind of difficulties they have. That's a great way, I think, to find these opportunities. Any other kind of sources that you look to or that you looked to find opportunities? And then also how did you identify which ones are worthwhile to actually pursue?
Yeah. So back then, it was just like my matters said, hey, this is something I've always wanted to tackle. And so that was my only data point. Today, fast forward over a decade, of course, like I think I'm a bit more methodical about it. So I do want to think, what is the actual impact that an opportunity might have, and impact you can quantify in a number of ways. How much productivity is this going to unlock for employees, or how much more revenue is this possibly going to drive? How much is it going to able to save the business, and so on. So you can look at like a number of metrics to try to understand impact. The other variable that you can weigh is also like how critical this is to a wide audience within the space that you're operating. If you're hearing this being a problem from a lot of people, it's obviously like a pain point, right? That a lot of people are just feeling. Either it's creating friction, or it's just a nuisance for a lot of people. That's also a good input. It doesn't always have to be something that you necessarily need to quantify, but if you hear it from a lot of people, you see that there's some commonality about this problem, and that might be a way that you can, get a sense that it's important to solve. Yet another one is sort of sometimes there are a lot of things that are intangible that maybe it's not super important to people, but it's grounded in the values that you and the company may have. So accessibility is one that, I can think of, where it's sometimes hard to quantify what the impact is. You know that by building more accessible experiences, you you are expanding your reach, but it's sometimes hard to quantify. But also you may value making your experiences accessible to everyone, right? This is something that you as a company just aspire to make sure that you're doing that, you're doing good for everyone. And if you can try to justify it that way, then that's also another way that you can assess whether it's something worth solving.
Yeah, I think that that's a good point about how you can. It depends on the company and the different values that the company have is going to vary depending on where you're at and what it should be the kind of filter that you can use to determine whether you should be working on something or not, or how easy is it going to be to get other people to agree for you to spend your time on it. If you enjoyed this clip, make sure you watch the entire video, which has a lot more content just like this. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any of our episodes where we talk to leaders in the tech industry, from software engineers to product managers to engineering managers, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and also click the notification bell.